I'm the bad guy. I'm the victim here. I'm the one who's been abused. I'm the one who's trying to come forward and do something about it.
Thousands. Not a rumor, not an exaggeration. A man who spent nearly 30 years being dismissed, mocked, and ignored by the same industry he claimed to expose, sitting there emotional, saying one word that changed the atmosphere. Thousands.
It's an 8-armed octopus. And if you take just out, that arm will grow back. You have to take the head.
One name, one reaction, and a moment that many say mainstream media avoided. Jim Caviezel, who stepped back from Hollywood to speak more freely, reacting to claims Corey Feldman has repeated for decades.
Are we going to let our children go? And that's a question.
And this wasn't rhetorical. By the end, the question becomes clearer. Corey Feldman was only a child when he entered Hollywood. From early fame in major films, he became one of the most recognizable young stars. But later, Feldman claimed that behind the success was another reality, one involving exploitation and powerful protection networks around the industry.
A circle of older men, and they all had either their own power or connections to great power that surrounded themselves around this group of kids.
For years, he tried to speak. Interviews, documentaries, public appeals. Often dismissed, often ignored. Yet he continued insisting he was describing something larger than individual cases, something embedded in the system itself, where silence was maintained through influence and fear.
Thousands of people in Hollywood who have this same information. Why me? Why is it if I don't release the names in the next 2 months, 6 months, or a year, I'm the bad guy. I'm the victim here. I'm the one who's been abused. I'm the one who's trying to come forward and do something about it.
Some accounts describe a wider structure of silence across the industry. People who saw or knew things but never spoke publicly. Within this context, a few individuals position themselves as outspoken critics, refusing to back down despite pressure or backlash.
Everyone was told, from Rupert Murdoch, from Fox, to every studio, look, if you touch this thing, you will be out, you will be done, you'll be finished in 3 years.
One film connected to these ideas gained major attention despite industry resistance. It performed strongly with audiences, even as controversy surrounded its distribution. Its supporters saw it as proof of public demand for these stories.
It's an 8-armed octopus. And if you take just out, that arm will grow back. You have to take the head.
Over time, discussions expanded into broader theories about interconnected systems, media, entertainment, finance, and influence networks. Some claim these systems shape what the public sees, while others reject these interpretations entirely.
Circle of older men, and they all had either their own power or connections to great power that surrounded themselves around this group of kids.
Feldman's later work and statements continued to emphasize what he described as structured patterns of abuse and silence, though interpretations vary widely between supporters, critics, and observers.
I was surrounded by them. They were everywhere like wolves.
A documentary project tied to these themes reportedly faced technical issues during release, which fueled further debate online. Meanwhile, discussions about past allegations resurfaced in other investigations and media projects.
Naomi Campbell, he had Oprah Winfrey there with him, who entered the room and was swinging off his arm and just seemed like a very dear friend. And these, like Oprah, Naomi, Rita, and Georgina, they all sat at his table. And for me, meeting Oprah was like, oh my God.
Some narratives connect public figures and institutions through proximity and past associations, but these connections remain heavily debated and often disputed.
And anybody who knows me knows if there is a party, I'm the first one out.
Other parts of the story focus on philanthropic and educational initiatives linked to high-profile individuals, which later faced controversy and scrutiny through legal or media reports.
A place of learning as well as living for them. We have to have a theater because this is a school for leaders, and in order to be a leader, you have to have a voice.
Allegations involving institutions and staff created further controversy, with investigations and legal outcomes varying across different cases. Public perception remained deeply divided.
They so opposed, so frantic in antagonizing Sound of Freedom.
The broader argument presented in these discussions is that powerful networks can influence narratives, protect reputations, and shape cultural trust.
Children represent God. They're the most innocent and like God, and that's why the devil wants to.
Supporters of these theories claim certain reactions in public interviews suggest deeper awareness, while critics argue this is interpretation rather than evidence.
Emails from people, redacted names again, saying, hey, I have 6 to 8 pounds of jerky in my freezer. I'm not sure what to do with it. Mm-hmm. There were emails of, I need more jerky. I'm going to send it to the...
Some references include well-documented cases of abuse and criminal investigations involving individuals connected to larger scandals, but linking all elements into a single system remains contested.
Children represent God. They're the most innocent and like God, and that's why the devil wants to.
Stay locked in, because this story is nowhere near over.
In the end, the central question remains open-ended for many. How much of what is claimed reflects hidden systems, and how much is interpretation of complex, separate events?